The late adopter. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome to the damage report on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin right now is down 6-7% since dump started yesterday. Went through very crucial levels of support towards the downside, and right now we are sitting actually in a panic area, but I'm still gonna give it a couple of more days and I'm gonna explain why, to actually call some kind of bad levels, closure on bad levels. Right now, if you remember that I've been pretty bullish up here. I've been calling this being some kind of accumulation zone that's actually going to go towards the upside. Unfortunately, we broke that on the downside. So was I wrong? It wouldn't have been first time. I've been wrong before, but I'm still gonna give it a couple of more days because before I say that I was wrong, and I still think that this might actually play like some kind of spring towards the upside. So this is what we this is the play that we are actually expecting or wanting to happen. So we're gonna see what kind of chances we have on that one. So down here, if you remember a video from a couple of days ago, we have this fractal that's playing out exactly. We had some kind of move towards downside, some kind of move towards downside. Then we had this shake area before we got the bull trap. So shake area before we got the bull trap, then we got a shake area, and then right now we're going down into this spring effect down before we blast towards the upside like we did before, right? So this is the spring that we are hoping it will happen, because if this spring just continue going towards downside, this will be end of this fractal. So the possibility is still there that this spring is gonna go towards the upside. Now a lot of people are saying, hey man, this is not a spring, because this spring just bounced right back up again, and I'm here to tell you it did not bounce right back again. It took like 24 hours for the bounce to happen, and so we still got something like 12 hours at least to make exactly the same, but I'm still gonna give it another day. So technically we have like 34 hours left, 36 hours left for this spring to bounce right back up again and play out nicely. So what we're gonna see now is we're gonna zoom in on this part over here on the 15-minute chart and see that how this looks like right now. So you can see here when dump started, went a little bit sideways, went all the way down, then zigzag before it actually bounce back at, before we got this V-shaped formation, recovery towards upside, the spring effect happening. Now this part over here, what people don't realize, that this sideways part took actually 1 day and 1 hour, so 25 hours. It took 25 hours from the dump to go all the way down here for us to recover. So this spring did not go in V-shaped recovery. It went down 24 hours sideways and right back. It's only on the daily time frame that it looks like it's a V-shaped recovery, but on small time frames it did go sideways a lot longer than people assume it was. So what's happening up here, you can see down here that we are technically still going pushing on the downside, and this is the same 15-minute chart like we are looking on this chart over here. So this is what's happening right now, and what you're gonna notice here is the let's say up since the dump started up here, this is something like 14 hours left. So if we are gonna play this sideways like we did last time, we still got something like where is it? There is it. 1 day, 1 hour, something all over here. So we can still go like sideways up here and then maybe go towards the upside to get exactly the same kind of spring that we had last time. We'll actually play exactly the same time. It's opium, it would be nice if it did, but I'm still gonna give it even more time. I'm gonna give it another 24 minutes, so something like, where is it, all the way up here, something like 2 days, 2 days even towards downside to play out for us to come back up again. So 2 days I'm gonna give it, because on on the daily time frame, what you're gonna see, and this is daily time frame, this is a very important level of support. This is the dump that just happened right now. We are right now on the second day, because oftentimes we can have 3 candles before we get right back up again, retest these levels at least and see if you can get back inside the these above very important level of support. So at least this day and the next day, so at least 2 days more to see if we can get back up. But I'm going to give it even more. I'm going to give it 4 days. So this is let me just see up here. Yes, on the 9th, that's up here. So this is today, this is tomorrow, or 7th tomorrow, 8th and the 9th. So 3 more days. I'm giving it 3 more days. And why 3 more days? Because this third day is the weekly close. So even if we don't come right back up again, if we just go, you know, sideways up here and then bounce right back up again, it would look nice on the weekly time frame. This is a weekly time frame. If it will look nice on the weekly time frame, we can pull back on the weekly time frame towards the upside. We're gonna come back to this weekly look back here, but let's just look at what happened on the daily time frame. So a couple of more days to get back on these levels. Will that happen? We're gonna see that, but you know, there's still hoping for that. On the small time frames, over here, how it looks on the small time frames right now on the small time frame, we got some kind of divergence going on down here. The price is going down, the RSI is going towards the upside, the momentum is kind of dying out, something, you know, we're gonna see if this actually drops more towards downside, but I think it might just cross a little bit towards upside, continue a little bit more sideways, because if you look at a 4-hourly time frame, you'll see that we are a little bit extended from the moving averages up here. So if we are gonna dump more towards downside, we need to go a little bit more sideways, wait for these moving averages, and then dump on the downside. So we're gonna see how this actually plays out. Still not very optimistic right now, still just going sideways down here, which is not actually a good thing, but you know, anything can happen and we can just blast towards the upside. Maybe it's because of some kind of news that we dumped, you know, stuff like that, you know, that can always happen. But I think this is just gonna go a little bit more sideways for you know, at least today. Maybe I'm not quite sure if it's gonna start dumping today. Can it start dumping today? Yeah, it can go like something like this up here and start dumping today. More, if you start dumping even today more, maybe it's gonna be bigger spring than we are actually expecting. But you know, anything can happen. But right now we are definitely not bullish. We broken certain supports on the downside, and right now, you know, we are just waiting for some kind of a move towards the upside. But there is really little that says that this is gonna right now turn towards the upside. And there is this very important level of resistance that's got to be broken. This is on the 10 moving average down here. This is 1 hourly time frame. So right now we are even on this one is still in some kind of downtrend towards the downside. So the very first level would be getting above the 10 moving average, then 20 moving average on the 1 hourly time frame. Then we can talk about some kind of higher levels and stuff like that. But right now, still in the downtrend, still giving it, you know, still giving it a go, still waiting to see what's gonna happen, what kind of level we're gonna have. But right now, straight down, not so much, but you know, maybe a little bit sideways, something like this, you know, and then towards the upside. The weekly does look terrible, guys. The weekly does look terrible. The weekly time frame, you can see here, first time went through the 50 moving average, we came right back up again. Then we went down again below the 50 moving average, and we were expecting maybe some kind of hoping we're gonna bounce right back up again. That unfortunately did not happen. We went straight back down to this previous level that I said, you know, they can happen, but I wasn't believing in those levels. We went back down to these levels right now, and there is still hopium that in the next 3 days, for whatever reason, this can actually just turn around and come back above the 50 moving average. If we can do that, all nice. And then if we fail to do that, if we close down here, it's gonna start looking bad. I mean, next week we might have some kind of relief rally towards the upside, maybe a little bit up here, but you know, technically it does look bad. Not only are we below 50 moving average, we are below all kinds of other support lines right now. This is some kind of maybe the one of very few lines that we are almost sitting on, but if you look at it, where is it? Down here. If you look at something like this down here, you can see that we broke the line. It doesn't matter how you draw it. Maybe something like this up here. Very important level of support. If you use these weeks on downside, we broke this for a long time ago. You know, it doesn't matter what kind of line you use. The only thing we have right now is something like down here, but you know, that means, you know, another drop towards 32,000 or something like that. So we won't gonna talk about that, but just by looking at moving averages, you know, this shakeout, this move towards downside does look bad, but I'm still giving it a couple of days more because of this spring effect that can actually happen towards the upside. Can we do a spring effect? You know, it's where is the 50 moving average up here? On 50 moving average on the weekly is all the way up at right now up there at 48,003. So if you look at a daily time frame, 48.3 is all the way up here, all the way up here. Can we do another move towards the upside up here? How much percent is that up there right now? It's something like 13% towards upside. It can happen. Will it happen? Who knows? But you know, the damage already done. We are giving a couple of more days, and after that, if it still stays below the 50, if it still stays, you know, in these kind of levels on the downside, it looks bad, guys. It looks bad. But you know, we are giving a couple of more days, and we're gonna see how this actually plays out. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button on the way out. Even if you didn't like, hit the like button on the way out. See you guys. See you guys around. Bye-bye.
That was genius.
Thank you. Thank you.
Great job.
You guys did it. No, it's you.